All right, so we want to get a few more details about the Z32 FHI upgrade, whatever you want to call it, for the VB WRX. Take a look at some of the parts. DBA, obviously you guys know who those are. They have rotors for the front of the car now, and they've always had the rear, so that's all in stock and ready to go. Just to look at the front rotor, so this is a Subaru OEM disc. They made this sucker pretty heavy because the car's heavy. She's got a narrow air gap. Anyway, we'll take our trusty free post office scale and figure out that the OEM rotor is just about 21.5 pounds. DBA likes to keep things good. Obviously you see that T2, these are the T2 slotted rotors for the front of the VB. Anyway, they use their pillar vane design or kangaroo paw, as you may. And our trusty scale says that these are about 19.2, so about 2 pounds lighter. I don't know if that's necessarily better or worse. Their venting design is pretty good and their materials are very high quality. I suspect either of those will work quite well in the front of your car. You know, choose accordingly. More so, we want to look at the difference in the brakes themselves. So here is our, Z32 caliper with a bracket. I guess to be perfectly accurate, I would sort of, put the bolts and stuff on there. There's the caliper and bolts, 2 brake pads. I don't have a brake line, so, Anyway, that whole pile of stuff is, say, 9 pounds if I put the brake lines on there. That's the front on one front wheel. The OEM setup, which is the 2-piston slider and bracket. There's brake pads in there and a brake line. You don't get those bolts. You got your own bolts, whatever. All right, fine. We'll put the bolts in there. They're pretty close. We're not looking for... So that is 14 pounds. So 7 pounds a wheel you're saving. Is that what just happened? I think so. I like that a lot. You get better brakes and 7 pounds less. So that's a good thing. The rear, one of the interesting things I noticed when I was first looking at the car was it's a floating caliper on the rear, of course, and the caliper itself is aluminum, so it's kind of light. Anyway, probably won't save much there. I don't have a bracket, but this caliper weighs 3.5 pounds. You add a bracket and some hardware, say 5 pounds. This is probably not too much more. Yeah, 7 pounds. So I guess you might save a pound in the rear. So, but that's all right. 7 pounds off the front of each wheel is pretty good. And getting to a fixed caliper, as I said, pretty good. So I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, the kits will be on knsbrakes.com pretty soon. We have everything ready to go. Just wait on the lines to come in, and we'll get some packages together so you can shop away. Any questions in the comments? Bring it. Let me know what you want to know about this. We're going to put the we're going to take the red stuff pads out of there because that's for, I don't know, not me. We're going to go with some blue stuff. So we're going to tear up some brakes and rotors and see what happens. I really want to heel and toe this car, on the street and stuff like I did on the track, where I can get some good bite out of the brakes and really control the car. Anyway, there's a few details with the install we'll go over in another video. It's pretty basic stuff, just some things I found out with these calipers and getting pads installed, etc. We'll save that for another video. Thank you.